Good evening, Marvel fans. Tonight we are taking a look at the Marvel Select Amazing Spider-Man action figure by Diamond Select Toys. Back of the box, you can see here. Anybody wants to freeze on that, they are welcome to. Shot of the figure. Cross-sell for a new Spider-Man, which I have not seen yet before, is Unmaxed Spider-Man. It doesn't actually look that much to me like whatever the guy's new name is, I forget. The kid from the Social Network, and there's Lizard. Andrew Garfield, that's his name. Doesn't look that much like him, but it's cool. Typical Marvel Select packaging, of course. The side's got the kind of the bookcase type of look to it, so if you have a lot of these, it'll have nice pictures, you know, all the way across. It looks very cool. Very oversized packaging. It's really not much for me. I mean, I'm not a big packaging guy, but that's pretty much it. You can see there's nothing in the package that looks like it's really going to hinder or twist up any of his appendages. Nothing's going to twist out of shape, so that's pretty good. It's much better than we're seeing from a lot of Hasbro and Mattel these days. So let's go ahead and get this guy out of package and talk about what the sculpt looks like. And here is Amazing Spider-Man outside of this packaging. As you can see, the sculpt is absolutely amazing on this guy. He looks great. The webbing all over the costume is raised very nicely. The paint is actually really well done. Where if you're familiar with the NECA Predator series, you will see a lot of like the netting type, and you'll see the paint miss the lines quite a bit because they do have to mass produce these things. On here, it's actually quite good. I mean, you've got some details that get missed, like on the glove. You see the lines go down so far, and then they just kind of stop. And then, you know, a little bit on the boots here and there. Maybe a little bit here on the abdomen. Come on, focus. Please focus. There we go. See where the line just kind of stops there for a second, that sort of thing. But it for the most part looks fantastic. The paint job is outstanding all over the entire figure. I'm amazed how many paint apps are on this. I didn't realize how detailed it was really going to be when I first saw the figure. I mean, usually you expect the 2-ups or the production, or I'm sorry, the prototype photos to look a lot better than the actual production figure, but I mean, compared to the Hasbro 4-inch, it just completely destroys it. I mean, this is a great figure on its own, but it certainly doesn't have the paint apps that this guy has. He's got some pretty great articulation, but this guy just looks incredible. A little slop here on the shoulder. That'll probably scrape off if I give it a little time. But I really, for the most part, am very happy with the paint job overall. It looks great. Even the orange eyes, which I thought was going to be a little weird looking, they look really good. I think that it works really well. The texture on the costume, if you can see this also, is quite nice. It goes all over the entire costume. You can see that. Even onto the webbed parts, like it's webbed, and underneath, in between the webbing, you can see like on the head there. You see like all the little pock marks and everything, where it just looks like a really nice stretchy material. Amazing, love it. As you can see, I've swapped out his hands for the fists. He comes actually in the box with these two hands. These are his web-slinging fingers. So if you need him to go thwip, you've got these hands that actually come packaged on. And the other one's identical. It's just, you know, his left hand. And they swap out really easy. You just pop that hand off, pop that one on. Very easy. And it's nice also because it leaves you an articulation point there. Speaking of articulation, this guy is loaded. Marvel Select has been getting pretty good with this lately, but this guy I think is probably the best Marvel Select, at least that I've ever seen. I don't own that many Marvel Selects, but with the way finding Marvel's Avengers right now from Hasbro, the 6-inch scale is going, I figured I might as well pick this guy up. I don't know if I'm ever going to see the other one at retail. If you didn't know, they are making a 6-inch Hasbro version of this figure. This is closer to 7-inch. But yeah, articulation. Guy's head is on a ball joint. Not the best ball joint I've seen from Marvel Select. Not bad by any means, but I expected kind of better from Spider-Man. It could just be that mine's still stuck with some paint, but it doesn't feel like it. It feels like that's all the range it's got. Arms have great motion in them. The balls go up to there. These are swivel hinge joints. Swivel at the bicep here. Single hinge elbow joints. That's I think one of the joints that's going to beat this figure on the Hasbro version. Aside from, I believe it also has a hinge in the neck so it can look further up, but he has double hinged elbows. This guy's got single hinge. Swivel right here in the top of the glove, I guess, and a hinge at the wrist, and that's on the fist gloves also. He's got a very nice ball section here in the middle. It feels like a double ball to me. It goes pretty decent amount back. Very good forward. Side to side is actually pretty good. You can see that. Looks great. Swivel hinge, swivel hips. They do go directly up into the abdomen, but they're positioned in such a way that when you line all the lines up, it puts the hinge here to where the legs will move forward. So that's kind of neat. So, you know, they go up that far, they'll swing out as far as you want, and then they swivel again here at the top of the thigh there. Double hinge knees, very nice. Nice range of motion. Both points, very cool. You can get them in some nice deep poses there. We got swivel boot tops, both sides of course. And we've got the new sort of Hasbro style of swivel hinge in the ankles. The ankle range downward is very nice. Upwards is also very nice. Goes very far forward. And that's awesome for a Spider-Man figure. Get him in those nice crouchy poses. But also has a nice swivel back and forth so he can remain flat-footed in deeper stances. You know, similar to what they did here. You know, very cool stuff. I really like the way this guy poses. I haven't really found a pose that I didn't think worked for him or anything that made me feel like I was hindered in any way. I think he moves very nicely. The wrist hinges here are awesome for your web slinging poses. And I think one thing I like about the articulation is just very fluid. It doesn't feel as forced as some Marvel Legends end up feeling forced. It just kind of moves very naturally. Get that foot out where you want to go. There we go. And Spidey. You know, very cool. Very stable. The feet are great for that. Overall, looks great. I really can't say enough about how this guy's costume looks. It really looks fantastic. I was very taken aback when I first saw production photos from the actual movie itself, not from the action figure. He reminded me quite a bit of House of M Spider-Man. If you've never seen that costume, I actually have. Let me see. Hold this guy up for a second. As always. I've got the old Toy Biz Rotocast 12-inch Spidey. Let's see if I can actually pull back a little bit. You can see some similar costume designs there. The way the webbing kind of works its way down the arm into points and whatnot. The kind of strange design for the boots. See how his boots kind of cuff up on the sides. Same with him. Yeah, just a little more organic looking, a little more spider-like. It's kind of what it always reminded me of. Of course, with Ben Reilly style gloves, I think the gloves actually very much like Ben Reilly. I think maybe the colors might be reversed, but kind of that Gambit style of some fingers covered, some not. I think really the only paint issues that are not really issues, but applications that didn't make it from production to the actual figure. His web slingers, they are molded on, but are not painted. Man, it's gonna be hard to see those. But if you look at his wrists very closely, he does have his web slingers. You could just throw a little dollop of silver paint on there, and it will look great. I don't know if the actual shoes are going to have silver on them. It does on this version, but I'm not positive that that's going to make it into the suit, or if those were running shoes for like a stuntman. I'm not positive, but really those are the only major things that I noticed. You know, I didn't really get a good shot. The back looks really nice. Got that spider emblem, just looks fantastic. It's really, really nice. It's so different from the front too. I mean, like, you got that mostly red with the black symbol, and you flip to the back, he's mostly blue with red. I mean, it mimics the classic suit without, you know, taking from it directly, which I think is very cool. Yeah, this guy is amazing. I'm really impressed by him. He also comes with a base, which looks like the ledge of a building. You know, you got your little air conditioner here and a window. 2 pegs that I've found. One here, which of course is awesome for getting him in, you know, some wall crawling poses. I haven't tried this yet, so it's probably going to look terrible, but let's see if I can just peg him right on here. And those swivel boots are actually helping a lot. Just even getting him onto the diorama here. You know, not the greatest pose, I'll give you that. But you can see how he kind of sticks to the wall. Very, very cool. Great idea. Great execution. I really dig it. Yeah, just very cool. Very awesome. Let me get this guy back off for a second. It's not a very tall base. Let's see if I can get that off. There we go. So if you just stand him up next to it, it's not nearly as impressive. You know, it seems to be standard size peg holes, so you can kind of see him height-wise next to it. They always fall. Why do they always fall? There we go. Standard size peg holes, so if you did want to use a 6-inch figure, it might fit in a little better. That's entirely your choice. But it does feature the typical Marvel Select place for a nail or a tack. So if you wanted to do something like, if you can see this, I don't know if you'll be able to, like the Captain America here, or Thor over here. You know, all it takes is a thumbtack up in the base. Oh, you can't even see it anyway. Thumbtack up in the base, very simple to do, very effective. You know, it kind of adds some new flavor to your wall display if you're not into traditional shelf displays, or if you're just a small collector, you only like the movie figures and you want just a new way to kind of display them. You know, that's always a cool way to do it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this guy. He's fantastic sculpt, excellent articulation, really getting up there with Marvel Legends on articulation, which I think is very exciting for Marvel Select, because a lot of times their sculpts are really, really outdoing most of what's out there. Paint, phenomenal. Costume, excellent. Really dig it. I guess I can throw in try and grab a 6-inch figure here. I always have Deadpool right here. Now, if it seems like this guy's falling over a lot, do remember that I use very hot lights for my reviews here, so sometimes people just fall over. Yeah, 6-inch Deadpool next to 7-inch Spider-Man. There's a 4-inch, what's his name, Decker from Power Rangers. So you can kind of get just an idea of about how big this guy is. You know, bigger than your standard Marvel Legends. I don't know if he's going to fit in so well with them. But 5-inch scale, 6-inch scale, 4-inch scale, 7. Roughly. So, as I said, not a whole lot to say about this guy. He looks fantastic. He's highly, highly recommended. Excellent paint job, excellent sculpt, excellent articulation, great execution. I got him off of Amazon for $20.99 with free Amazon Prime shipping. So 21 bucks direct to my home 2 days later. What's not to like? The guy looks great. I highly recommend him to anyone interested in the new Spider-Man movie, or anybody who's just interested in a neat looking figure. He poses great, looks great. Yeah, check him out. Thanks for watching. I apologize that it's been so long for new videos. It's been kind of a hectic year for me. If no one noticed, I just got married a couple weeks ago. So, back in action. Hopefully going to get some more video reviews going for you guys as soon as I can. And yeah, keep an eye out on Infinite Hollywood for text reviews and on here for video reviews. I appreciate your time, you guys. Thanks to all the subscribers, new and old. And have a great day. Thanks, guys. Bye.